How's everybody doing? McNeil, sitting here in the garage, getting ready for Mask Fest, working on some stands. I'm not sure how many of these stands are going to fit in my bag, but we'll see. But that's not what I'm doing at the exact moment. I'm getting ready to make some foam. Somebody actually got in touch with me regarding an evil Ed Wolf, and I haven't poured one of those in quite some time. Because that mold is heavy and they're hard to finish and all of that good stuff. But I decided to break that mold out and pour another blank, which is here. And now I need to fill it with foam. And one of the things that I noticed when I filled it with foam was that because of the undercuts of the muzzle on this blank, I was worried that it was going to rub the detail out of the inside of the mold, and that's why it's actually not inside the mold. But what is this? Because there's the mold. What's going on here? I talked about this a long time ago when I first kind of decided to figure out an alternate way of foaming these guys, because when that foam expands, it pushes the latex up against the inside of the mold. You pull it out, that muzzle rubs against the details, and before you know it, you're wearing your mold out. So instead of doing that, what I decided to do was to make a foaming jacket out of plaster bandages. And in order to do that, the first Ed Wolf, I had to foam in the mold. And then I went back, wrapped that latex master in saran wrap, and made a jacket out of plaster bandages. And then what that allowed me to do was to pour a blank, a latex blank, and pull it out of the hydrocal mold. And that way I could carefully peel the mask away from the edges without compromising the interior of that mold, the details. Put it in this jacket, which is basically the exact size and shape of a perfect master Ed Wolf blank, so that I could foam it outside the mold without worrying about that foam expanding and blowing out the details on a hollow blank that was pulled out of the mold before foaming. So basically it's gonna, and does, when I did the run of 20 of these, this is exactly how I did it. And it works like a champ because it maintains the shape and integrity of the original sculpture, which is obviously what we're always going for, right? So anyway, it's a two-piece mold that I literally made. I left it, without getting too crazy, I left some pockets for the ears to stick out. This one hasn't been trimmed yet, obviously. And I don't want to trim it because I don't want foam getting on important parts. This right here acts as a little bit of a bib. So when I foam it to the top, I can cut this out later and it'll be nice and perfect. I'll stick my tube down in there with a little bit of furniture wax on it so it doesn't stick. And we'll have a nice little channel in the center for a stand. But we'll have a perfect foamed Ed Wolf. And this blank, by the way, came out great. I hadn't poured anything in this mold in, I would want to say, a year and a half, 2 years maybe. It's been a long time. And since I've been fighting with some latex lately, I was worried and all that stuff. This blank actually came out fantastic. I don't think there's a single bubble on the face or on the back of the head, anywhere really. So this is just going to take a little bit of cleanup and we're going to be good to go. Hopefully I'll be able to squeeze it into a suitcase because the person that is finishing it is also going to be at Mask Fest, so I can just hand it off. And the people actually that are buying it are going to be there too, so they can see it. They can walk it like, 3 tables down, give it to the finisher, and we'll be in good shape. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because it's one of those things that I talked about a long time ago that, I sort of forget sometimes, oh yeah, that's how I did that thing. And when I broke out this behemoth mold, I thought, oh, that's right. If I foam it, I'm going to have to break out the foaming jacket. And here we are. So I'm getting ready to mix up BJB TC274 is the foam I use. Awesome stuff. Some people like 266. I find it to be a little soft for my taste. It's still a great foam. Use it if you like it. But 274 is my favorite, and that's where we're going with this. So anyway, hope everybody's having a nice weekend, and we will see you guys very shortly in Cincinnati for Mask Fest 13. Talk to you soon.